Hold on. All right, here we go. Yo, YouTube, what's good? I'm gonna start doing story times now on my first channel. This is my first time streaming on my first channel, and we're gonna be doing story times live and shit. So if I fuck up in my story, it is what it is. This is just the raw story times. You feel me? All right. So basically, this is how the cup shot down my party. All right. So every year I throw a party. We call it Project Teasy. If y'all know, y'all know. This year, 2025, was supposed to be part 3. Last year was lit as fuck. It was lit as hell and shit. Okay. What's it call it? We had Matt. Like, what's it called? It was just a good time. You feel me? So this party was also supposed to be a good time, also be a lit time, but it got ruined. Okay. So I usually invite my online friends. Y'all know I've been friends with my online friends on Xbox since like I was in middle school, and we've met each other in real life on multiple occasions and stuff like that. So I've been friends with them for like over a decade. My what's it called it? My high school friends, with some of them I've been friends with since middle school, and then my college friends and shit like that. So basically, I make it like, I call it like a giant crossover. It's really just a giant crossover of my life. 3 different friend groups coming together and shit. They've already there's been multiple occasions where we have crossovers and shit, and like they be mad fun and mad lit. You feel me? What's it called? So the weekend is lit. We enjoying ourselves. We usually come in on a Friday. We play games, do shit like that, card games, drinking games, all that shit and whatnot. And then Saturday's the party. Saturday comes in, right? We think the party's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a good time. The cops show up. And I'm trying to make this story like not too long. I'm not even trying to like drag it out or anything like that and shit. So that's why I'm just getting straight to the point and stuff like that. So the cops show up the first time, and the party is only like 40 minutes in at this point. The party didn't even barely start. There's like the party starts at 11, right? But niggas don't really show up until 12. It was like 11:40 at this point when the cops showed up the first time and shit. Showed up the first time, they said, yo, we're getting the complaint from down the street, which was fucking cap, bro. That cop was lying, bro, on everything. That cop was fucking lying. Then I said, could we know who, like, where's the call is from, so we can get like a, basically kind of like a perspective on how low the music should be because of the proximity. He said it's an anonymous call, and I'm like, okay, gang, you're like, how is it an anonymous call, but you said it's all the way down the street and shit? Like, unless the anonymous person was like, oh, I can hear the music all the way down, like, that's fucking cap, bro. Something fishy was going on or whatever and shit, because there was no way that music you could hear it from down the street and shit, like, no fucking way. So we put the music back on. As he's leaving, he knocks back again. He comes back again and like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm leaving and you just putting the music back on. I'm like, bro, we was testing the sound. He's like, oh, the sound was the exact same. No, the fuck it was not. The sound was lower, bro. The sound was lower by some decibels. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. He leaves again, right? We tried to party again. We put the music like low at this point, like mad low. And then we're raising it back up just a little bit, little by little by little. We're like kind of like testing the volume or whatever and shit like that. You feel me? Because at that point it was like super fucking low. And then I forgot the time frame of this. Maybe 30 minutes later, the same cop shows up again, and he's like, yo, they're complaining again, da 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 da. And guys, we don't, like, we're not a party house. First of all, we're not a party house, but we have thrown 3 parties last year in our last lease or whatever. This is the only party we've done this year. We've never gotten a noise complaint. We've literally never gotten like a noise complaint. Usually my neighbors will walk up to my door and let me know, yo, music's too loud, could you put it down? My kids are trying to sleep. And then we'll put the music like down enough for the neighbors not to hear it. But we never get noise complaints like this. So like, I knew something was up. It's like, bro, this is never the case. Like, we've never gotten anything like this before. Then after the cop leaves the second time, we see one of my boys sees a note on the porch. And this is what the note said. I still have it because this is a trophy. Don't move my cone. Now, because this note says this, I know who the fuck it is. It was my neighbor to the left of me. From this perspective, it would be to the left of me. I have no neighbor to the right. I'm literally at the corner. It's the neighbor to the left of me. First of all, you're a bitch ass nigga, and so is your wife. So anyway, whatchamacallit? So continue on in the story. And chat, I usually don't get like this when it comes to people. I'm usually chill, whatever, and shit like that. But when I get further into the story, you will understand why I'm saying that my neighbors are some bitch ass niggas. Like, because literally we did nothing, and at this point they're fucking harassing us or whatever. I don't want to just pull out that word or whatever, but shit. But like, at this point, like, they're just like, they're literally trying to get us evicted, bro. I'm not even fucking joking right now when I say this. I'm not exaggerating. I'm gonna just continue on with the story. So we see this. Chat, let me give y'all a little background. So, in this house, I've been living in this house for 2 years. I graduated college in 2023, got my diploma in this bitch. You feel me? You feel me? I got my diploma in this bitch, alright? I ain't gonna fucking roll it up or anything like that. But, it's 2025. I've been living in this crib for 2 years and shit like that. And I've had no problem with that neighbor, but I know that that neighbor is petty. You know why? Because my brother lived in this exact same house 2022 to 2023. He lived in this exact same house, and him and his housemates had to deal with some really, really petty shit from our neighbor. You want to know what it is? Judging from the note, it's cone issues. First of all, it is illegal in PA to claim a parking spot with your fucking cone. Okay? But this neighbor has been getting away with this shit for years. Now, this neighbor literally puts his cone out in the streets just so that no one can park in his parking spot. And my brother and his housemates has had to deal with that shit so many times where they'll be petty and they'll be like mad petty and try to like get them. They was like mad petty and try to get them evicted or whatever and shit. My brother and their friends, his friends, would move the cone and park in the house because, bro, it's fucking free. It's public parking, bro. It's public fucking parking. It's not their own parking space. And these niggas got 3 fucking cars, bro. They have 3 fucking cars. That's what really pisses me off too. They have 3 fucking cars and they want that whole parking space, even if it's like in front of my fucking house, bro. And that shit is so annoying. So my brother lived here with 4 other people, right? There was 5 of them in this house. But there's a rule on this house where you can only live with, even though there's 5 rooms, you can only live with 4 people unless the 5th person's a family member. The neighbor knows this and snitched on them to the townspeople and basically got them evicted. Well, not really got them evicted, but they got a notice for it and they were already moving out. The lease was already done anyway. So technically, I can't even really say with the technicality if the eviction like really went through, but they got a note. I know for sure they got a note from the townspeople because I remember this because I was moving in this house the next year. I remember the note being in their house, letting them know, yo, like the 5th person, the 5th nigga gotta go, like, and shit like that, or something along the lines of that, or some shit. I forgot, but I remember them getting a note on their door for it. So the lease ends on May 31st. They kind of had to leave on the May 20s, May teens. They were like moving out like a week or 2 early, kind of, or some shit like that. Then they really had to. And it was really my neighbors just being assholes to them. So I'm like, knowing this, I want to be respectful to these neighbors and I don't want to start off on the wrong foot with them. And here's another thing. I didn't even want to park in front of my house because I know the fact that my car actually had gotten a hit and run in front of this fucking house. Cause there's a corner where stupid idiots will just go through the corner fast as shit and hit and run you. I haven't only gotten hit and run. My current housemate, Kung, has gotten hit and runs as well. And shit like that. My fault. Since I was talking in past tense in 2023. That's why I said current or whatever. I've been living with Kung for 2 years. But anyway, Kung has also gotten hit and runs as well from parking in the front. So the past 2 years, you want to know why we've never had a problem with our neighbors? Because none of us have never parked outside in the fronts because idiotic cars, we live in the corner, idiotic cars hitting and running cars. So we park on the side of the house. So we've never had a problem with the neighbors. You want to know why this was a problem in my party 2 years later? It's because my friend was parking in front of my house, right? But it wasn't like closer, like too close down to the point where he could get hit and ran. It was like far up enough, so I didn't really have to tell him, yo, you should probably leave your car. It was a little far up enough and shit like that. He leaves, right? He goes somewhere. I think he goes to the store. He drives back, and then the cone is there. Two of my friends, by the way. One of them moves the cone back to the guy's property, and then they park the car, come back in my house, and I didn't know that any of this was happening and shit like that. It wasn't until that night when we got this note and they told me, yeah, we moved their cone earlier today, that this happened. And he wrote that note, don't move my cone, because he thinks one of us did it or whatever. So they were just mad petty. Bro, they've been mad petty for fucking weeks. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm about to get to the rest of it. But basically, yeah, because of that one incident, and what's it called it? My friends were apologizing to me. They had no reason to apologize because they had no way to know that my neighbors are the pettiest niggas in the fucking world. They had no way to know. So I'm like, bro, it's not y'all fault. They genuinely, like, my friends genuinely think that they fucked up the whole party and shit like that and really apologize, whatever. It is not. If y'all watching this, it is not y'all fault, bro. It really is not y'all fault and shit. Yes, I was really fucking bummed out and mad, but I wasn't mad at my friends. I was mad at my fucking neighbors for ruining everything, because I spent so much bread on this party just for it not to happen. Like, literally, bro. And it just pissed me the fuck off. It really, because, like, that shit, like, those parties, like, the Project Teasy parties are things that me and my friends look forward to yearly. Like, that's our shit, bro. That's our shit. That's our event where we all come together and let loose and have a good time. And for it to get shut down before it could even really start really fucking drained the fuck out of me, bro. I was mad for days. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't really showing it to people, but I was low-key kind of mad for days, bro. No, fuck days, nigga. I was mad for a whole week. I'm not even gonna cap. I was mad for a whole week and shit. But there's other things that pisses me off even later on. So basically, after this shit, wait, we on the same night, first of all. We on the same night. Another cop comes again. I forgot about that. Another cop comes again. So at this point, the cop technically came 4 times with 3. This is a different cop, though. It's what's it called? Instead of a male cop, it's a female cop, right? And, bro, she was all about business, bro. She wasn't as lenient as the male cop, bro. The female cop did not fucking play. She was just all about business. She just said, ID, identification. That's all I need. Identification. My boy, and I'm not trying to say names or whatever and shit like that. What's gonna call it? I mean, he's been in the Discord. I feel like I said his name on stream before, but I'm not really sure. But I'm not gonna say names though. My boy is talking to the police officer, but she, like I said, she's all about business. She just wants the identification. She's just trying to do her job, which I understand. They got a call. Now they have to write a citation because they have to come back multiple times and shit. You feel me? So I say, okay, I'm gonna look for my wallet, and I kind of stall time looking for my wallet. I go upstairs, and I see that everyone in the party moved upstairs to near my room, and they're telling me, yo, don't show your identification, bro. Don't show your ID. Don't show your ID. Don't show your ID. Da, 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 da. And then my boy that was talking to the cop, he was like, yo, this cop is not playing, bro. I'm not even gonna cap to you. You gonna have to show her your ID, bro. She is not fucking playing, bro. I tried telling her about the cone situation. We deadass tried telling her about the cone situation. She heard us, but once again, she doing her job, bro. She gotta write the citation, bro. She had to write the citation, bro. She heard the story about the petty this. I even showed her the note. I even showed her this shit. Nigga, we had this shit. The reason why I still had this shit is not only because we have this shit on display now, but I have it as proof. But yeah, she was all about fucking business, bro. I give her my ID, and then she asked me for my social security number. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know I didn't have to show her my social security number as well. Because my friends told me that afterwards, bro, you did not have to give her a social. She was, at that point, she was doing too much and shit. She only needed your ID and that was it and stuff. But I didn't know. I gave her my social and that was it. She just fucking left. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna probably get a citation or whatever and shit like that. To this day, if y'all are wondering if I ever received a citation, no, I have not. But it got up to my landlord. So I'm going to get to that, though. So, continuing on with the story, party gets shut down, kind of bummed out. Everyone leaves when the cop came the last time. It's obviously just my friends that flew out for me, drove long distance and stuff like that are there. And we chill. or whatever, and then we go to sleep and shit, and then we enjoy our day the next day and stuff like that, go outside and shit like that and stuff. But basically after this, I go home. I said I go home. This is home. I go to my parents' place in Philly for like about a week, for Easter and so we had to celebrate this on April 12th. This party was on April 12th. My birthday is April 20. My fault. I'm sorry. April 12th. The fuck? Yeah, April 12th. I was right. April 12th. My actual birthday is 420, which was Easter this year, and I wanted to spend Easter with my family, and I wasn't gonna have a party in that weekend, and if I needed to go to church and shit like that and stuff. So I was in Philly for like a whole week and then some days, a week and a half. I come back and I'm waiting for the citation, but I don't get it. My landlord calls me. She calling me about other things because I'm looking for two other roommates, because two housemates are leaving. We're having conversations about it because I found someone dropped. I've been, if y'all been wondering why I haven't been like streaming long lengths of time, is because I've been dealing with a bunch of shit in the background and stuff like that. Like, I'm really trying my best to be able to stay in this house next year. Next year I'm still gonna try to have a party, but it's just not gonna be in this house anymore. This year was the last party that will ever be thrown in this house ever because of my fucking neighbors. But getting onto the story, I'm trying to figure shit out in the background and stuff like that. Talking to my landlord, and then she says, "Yo, I got a citation for noise complaint. What's up with that?" She already knew that I had people over and shit like that, so she asked if it was that week, and I said yeah. And my landlord was mad chill about it. In fact, she was like, I don't know why they complaining so much, because they decided to live in a college area. Like, if y'all know, I literally live in Scranton. This is where I went to college. It's a college area. It's always loud in the weekends and shit like that and stuff. But we don't even be throwing like that. This was the only party this year. This was the only party that we had since 2024 April, bro. Project TZ Part 2 and shit. But anyway, I didn't even tell y'all. I'm sorry I'm going all over the place. These niggas have my number. And also, they were told that I was having a party. That's what really pissed me. That's why I didn't even think it was them in the first place. I forgot to even mention that. They have my number, and they were told I was throwing a party. So they was just that mad about the fucking cone thing, bro. And they didn't even fucking call me, bro. But the problem was I couldn't call them because I don't have their number, but they have mine and shit. So, but yeah, let me get back on topic though. And I am on topic, but let me get back to where I was. Where was I, bro? Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm talking to my landlord. She says, I mean, why are they so mad that they're the ones that chose to live in a party area? That's like me living in the country and complaining about horse shit and stuff like that. As soon as she said that, I was like, yeah, my landlord's the GOAT, bro. But she was mad chill about it, and she was just like, she told me that they complained to the townspeople. The way it got out to her is they complained to the townspeople, but they went that far. They didn't just call the cops. They complained to the fucking townspeople, and they lied and called us a college party house. When my landlord told me that made me so fucking mad. Guys, a college party house is a house that throws every weekend, bro. Like, or maybe every other weekend, but basically every weekend. We don't do that. That's not what we do. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, if any of the townspeople come to my house, I'm not beating those allegations though, because I still had some solo cups outside from my party and shit. So immediately after that call, I cleaned up the solo cups and shit like that and stuff. I cleaned up the solo cups and stuff from outside and in the back and shit like that and stuff like that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was not beating the allegations with how it was outside. But we are not a college party house. We literally only throw when it's my party or when it's a friend's party, and that's literally it and shit. So I just don't understand why they went to the lengths to lie like that. That shit is so fucking weird, bro. So that shit just pissed me off. And I'm like, at this point, I haven't even made my complaint yet about the cones. I was going to actually complain about them having cones. I haven't even, at that point, I didn't even do it yet. Then, some days later, so chat, and something I gotta tell y'all is we still had trash from the party on the side of the house. Kung had moved it so that it didn't get in the way of the party, and genuinely I forgot that he told me that or whatever. I genuinely did. I genuinely forgot that he told me that. Tage was the only one in the house. Me and Kung was away for a whole week. He was the only one in the house, and what's it called? He misread Kung's text when Kung told him, "Yo, the trash is on the side of the house. Make sure you take that out on Wednesday." Tage is thinking, oh, the normal trash that's in the porch. He didn't even read the ending that said it's in the side of the house and shit. So he didn't know either and shit like that and stuff. So, and I genuinely just forgot. I mean, I was gone anyway, but what's it called? I come back and then find out a few days later the trash is still there, and a few days later after I'm on the phone with the landlord, they threatened to Kung, if y'all don't move the trash, if y'all don't take off your trash, then we're gonna call the townspeople. I don't even think it was like that. I think she just I think it was the wife that just straight up said, we're gonna call the townspeople about your trash. I think it was that. It wasn't like a we will, like, if you da 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 da. It was just we're gonna call the townspeople or whatever and shit like that. So Kung texts me this and I'm like, bro, why are they being so fucking bitchy, bro? Why are they being fucking assholes? Like, they're really just on our asses, and it's really pissing me off over the fucking cone shit. It's really fucking pissing me off because we've never had fucking problems the past 2 years until now. Actually, dude, bro, this shit, like, just aggravated the fuck out of me, bro. This shit, even talking about the shit has gotten me heated. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, after that, I filed a complaint online. I filed a complaint online about the cones, and I made a whole fucking paragraph. For them. And then I tell my, it was Sunday at this point. I tell my landlord, yo, I made a complaint. Is there any number I could call? Because all the numbers aren't picking up because it's Sunday. She says, yo, don't make any more complaints further than that because y'all got to remove the trash. Like, they could call about the trash. They can call about your lawn. Our lawn isn't even that grassy, bro. Our lawn isn't even that grassy. I don't know what would happen if they complain about our grass when our shit isn't even that bad. I really don't understand. Our grass is not bad at all. But anyway, what's it called? He's like, yo, yeah, y'all gonna have to handle y'all shit first. Y'all gonna have to handle y'all stuff first before, doing this and going to war with them and stuff like that. And she kind of recommend not even going to war with them about with the complaint things back and forth. Just clean up our stuff, and then if they cool down, they cool down. But low key, I just don't want to be accepting defeat like that because these neighbors, like, we have done nothing to them, and they've just been doing so much now over a fucking cone to get us evicted, to just keep making complaints about us just to get evicted over the most minor shit. Like, it's like as it bro, like as if we're a nuisance to them when we're not. They're a nuisance to us, if anything. But another thing is, all this time, we thought it was the husband being a fucking asshole. Tage informed me that he overheard that the wife was yelling at the husband, being like, for the trash, being like, you haven't called yet? Their trash is still there on the side of their house. And shit like that. And when Tage told me that, I'm like, wow. So it's not the husband it's still fuck the husband regardless. But it's not the husband, it's the wife. The wife is being a fucking prick. It's the wife being all up on the husband ear. Regardless, it's fuck both of them. But that just put a whole different perspective in my shit. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy and shit. So I forgot to mention, the night of the party, I went up to their house and rang their doorbell. They didn't open it. I know these fuckers was awake because they called the cops again. But I left a message on their little futuristic doorbell and shit like that. I know they fucking heard that shit, but they still don't fucking care. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, what I'm gonna do for next year, I'm still going to be living here. I have a third housemate now. We're just looking for a fourth one still. We're still in the process of that. What I'm finna do is I'm still gonna have another party next year for Project TZ Part 4. I don't even know if I want to call this year as a part 3, bro, because this shit got shut down, bro. I don't even know, bro. Should this even count as part 3? But anyway, what's it call it? I'm gonna just have it at a different location whether it's a venue or a different place. We'll see though when we get to that point. But it really is unfortunate what happened. But that's pretty much the story time. I'm sorry that I'm all over the place. This is my first time doing a story time live. So nothing's edited. It's just going to be all over the place and shit like that. I hope that y'all was able to follow through as much as possible. But that's pretty much it for the story time. Bless your mind, bless your body, bless your soul. Peace out.